Welcome to Game 1 of the 1973 Strat-O-Matic Super Advanced World Series. Pittsburgh Pirates against the Oakland A's. Since Oakland was in the actual World Series, I am using their actual roster. Nobody else was brought in. I'm just using their actual roster. So since it's Game 1, we'll go ahead and go through all the players on all the teams, so that you can see who's available, not only in the lineup, but on the pitching staffs and so forth. So, I do have the printout here, but I think it might be worthwhile. Let me move this down a little bit. I think it might be worthwhile. Make sure I get Holtzman in here in this batting. Okay, that sounds like a plan. Hello, Canadian. Good to see you. All right, so, of course, starting lineup. We got Cash, Oliver, Zisk, Stargell, Sanguian, Hebner, Robertson, and Maxville for the Pirates. And on their bench, Gene Alley, Gene Kleins. One player I did add to give them an extra player. I took away a pitcher and gave him a player. Steve Blass is not on the World Series roster. I removed him. He's just terrible. So they're going to have Fernando Gonzalez, an extra infielder, will be there for the Pirates. The Pirates are carrying one extra infielder. I'm sorry, the Pirates are carrying one extra pitcher in the bullpen, and the A's are going to carry one extra infielder. So Gonzalez is there along with Jackie Hernandez, Rennie Stennett, and then two left-handers, May and Parker. Those will be the bench guys. Hello, Alan, Brian B., Ben, and Thomas. Good to see all of you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Hello, Chuck. Hope you enjoyed the exciting final game in the RJL Inside Pitch World Series. Came down to exciting finish. In the bullpen, of course, we have Justy, Johnson, Moreland, Moose, Hernandez, and Walker. And aside from that, the other starting pitchers for the Pirates that will be used, we will have, they're going to basically run a three-man rotation. And it's going to be Nelson Briles will pitch game 2, and Doc Ellis will pitch game 3. And then we come back to game 4, it'll be back to Jim Rooker again. So three-man rotation, just like the A's are going to have. And that's everybody on the Pirates. So you don't have to wonder if I have somebody available to pinch hit or whatever, you'll know who's on the roster. For the Oakland A's, we have leadoff Campaneris, Rudy, Bando, Jackson, Tennis. Now, against the left-hander, this is the as-played lineups in Game 1 against the left-hander for the Mets in the actual World Series. So Jesus Alou is in right field, and Reggie Jackson is going to play center field. So he's down to a 3 instead of a 2. But Jesus Alou is in right, Fosse, Green, and Holtzman on the mound. Bench players, Andrews, Canigliaro, Johnson, Mangual, the Panama Express, Alan Lewis, and then a couple lefties, Bork and Davalillo, and a switch hitter, Kubiak. And in the bullpen, fingers, Odom, Pena from the right side, Knowles and Lindblad from the left side. So Pirates have 6 bullpen arms, A's have 5, but the A's have 8 position players where the Pirates only have 7. So, and then the other 2 pitchers, of course, for the A's that aren't showing up are Jim Catfish Hunter and Vita Blue. So there you have all the rosters, and hopefully if you have any questions about why I didn't do something, you at least know who I have to work with. All right, so game 1, Rooker and Holtzman. Here in Oakland, it's a pitcher's paradise. Singles are only a 1 for lefties and righties. Home runs are 1 to 9 for lefties and righties. Neither team's going to get a chance to run very much because both pitchers hold very well, or the catchers in combination. Rooker's a -3. He is a -4 hold, and then Sanguian's a +1 arm for a -3. Holtzman's a -1 arm, or -1 hold, and Fosse's a -3 arm for a -4. So that's going to kind of put a kibosh on the running game. In the regular season, Ken Holtzman was 21-13 with a 297 earned run average. And for the Pirates, Jim Rooker, he did not pitch in the NLCS, but he is pitching here game 1 because the A's don't do quite as well against lefties as they do against righties, and the Pirates don't have any other lefty starters, so they got to go with him. 10-6 with 2.86 ERA, so not bad. Pitchers are hitting because in 73 World Series, the pitchers hit. So in this case, Ken Holtzman does, even though he throws left-handed, he bats right-handed. He'll be using number 1, and Jim Rooker's going to use pitcher hitting card number 4. So I think that gets everybody pretty much up to date. is what we're going to do here. So I think we are ready to go. Holtzman is going to come out and get his warm-up tosses in. Fans at Alameda County Coliseum. Just a stone's throw from Candlestick Park, by the way. So people had a chance to exit Candlestick Park and ditch right over here to Alameda County Coliseum in no time. And now we are ready to go. Game 2 will be on Saturday, but it's going to be Saturday night, not Saturday at 11 a.m. I have some commitments on Saturday morning, so Saturday night, since obviously RJL is not going to have a game going Saturday night it will be probably around 8 o'clock, I'm guessing, for Game 2. And so, like I said, I normally do it at 11, but I just have a commitment, so it's going to be 8 o'clock on Saturday. And then a travel day on Sunday. And then on Monday, we'll have Game 3 in Pittsburgh. So we'll see how that plays out. So here we go. Ken Holtzman to Dave Cash. World Series is underway, 4-5. Holtzman against the right-hander. That's a fly to right field, 1 away. And I do have a new pen. My other pen basically ran out of ink. It was kind of fading the last couple of games. So I got this fancy pen that I got from work years ago and decided to go ahead and pull it out. And hopefully that will, I've never heard of it before, but it's a Scrivener, something or other. I don't know. Some fancy pen they gave me at work one time, so I decided to use it. So anyway, Al Oliver, the batter. Holtzman, 4-5 against the lefty. It's a ground ball to second. Dick Green is there, 1 away. And that'll bring up Richie Zisk, the right fielder. 2-7 against the lefty. And he's going to ground it to Campaneris. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Mr. Holtzman. Nothing doing for the Buccos, and we go to the bottom of the first. No score with Oakland coming to bat. Pirates, of course, getting through that series with the Giants, and the A's kind of resting a little bit, getting ready for this game. And they are obviously a lot fresher than what the Pirates would be. All right, so leading off for the Oakland A's will be Mr. Bert Campaneris, shortstop. Rooker, 5-9 against a right-hander. That's a ground ball to third. Richie Hebner, the gravedigger, right there, 1 away. And actually, when I was setting this up, I almost went with this to try to see if I could put the Strat-O-Matic cards in here somewhere to give a little accoutrement to the thing, but it just kind of just really didn't work for Strat like it would for History Maker Baseball, so I decided against it. Then you wouldn't be able to see the score sheet, and it just didn't work out. I would have loved to have done it for accoutrement sake, but just couldn't do it. Rooker now 2-6 to Rudy. Left-hander is a single. First base hit of the series belongs to Joe Rudy. Unfortunately for Oakland, Rudy can't run a lick, so he will hold. He had no stolen bases attempts at all in 1973. So they will not hold him on. That's a 2 chance of a balk or a pass ball. And it's a balk chance, but Rooker is a 0 balk rating, so there will be no balk. Rooker to Bando, 1-4, ground ball second base C, though. That's going to advance the runner. So Rudy will take second base on the out, but now he's in scoring position for Reggie Jackson. Lefty on lefty matchup. Gene Tennis on deck. They're going to, first base is open, but lefty on lefty, they're going to pitch to Reggie. 6-4, ground ball third base X, that's Hebner. And Hebner is a 4.E28. So this could be problematic. 4 and a 13. We'll check it out. I know he'll get to it. Let's see. 4 and a 13 is a G3. It's good enough for him to get to it. Will he make the error? E28. He's got to avoid 11, 13, 14, and 15. And he does. So Hebner makes the play on a tough hop to end the inning. And the A's come away empty-handed. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. 1 inning is gone, and we haven't settled anything. It is no score from Alameda County Coliseum. Holtzman back out. We'll be facing Pops, Willie Stargell, followed by Sanguian and Hebner. (4-4), and Holtzman against the lefty Stargell. Catcher X, that's going to be Fosse. He's a 2E4, but the bases are empty, so there can't be any wild pitches or anything. A 2 and a 9. 2 and a 9 for catcher is a P/F, so it will be a foul out if there's no error. His error rating is a 4. He's got to avoid, with a 4 catcher rating, you have to avoid 16, 17, and 18, which he does. So it's a foul out to Fosse, and Stargell is retired. Brings up Manny Sanguian. 6-7 to the right-hander. Ground ball, second base X. Dick Green is a 2E11. 2E11. 2 and a 12. He'll get to that. E11, second baseman. He's got to avoid 15, 17, and 18, which he does. Good play for Dick Green. 2 down for the gravedigger, Richie Hebner. Dropped him down in the order because of the lefty-on-lefty matchup. 2-4, and that's a line out to Campaneris, and that's going to end the inning. So Holtzman, another 1-2-3 frame, and we go to the bottom of the second. Still no score. And it'll bring up Gene Tennis, the hero of the 72 World Series. Gene Tennis. Rooker, 4-8. That's a 1-3 triple. Anything else is a single. It'll be a leadoff single for Gene Tennis, and he will not be held at all. And here is Jesus Alou, is his first appearance of the playoffs. Hello, GGG. Hello, Dab, if I missed anybody. Brian B, Ben. I think I caught everybody as they were coming in. I've got to remember to check the chat because sometimes I get engrossed in the game and forget about it. All right, so Rooker to Alou. 6-7, and that's a walk. So the first 2 are on, and that'll bring up Ray Fosse. It's a decent bunter, but you got Dick Green, the pitcher, coming up, so I think you're going to let Fosse swing away here. In a DH game, they might have let him bunt, but with the pitcher looming in the background, I think you got to let him swing away. 4-7, and that's a strikeout. Big strikeout for Rooker. And that'll take it to Dick Green, second baseman. Now a double play could get him out of the inning. But even if they don't, they got Ken Holtzman on deck. So it's a good chance to get out of the inning in that fashion. Rooker to Green. 2-6 to the lefty. Ground ball pitcher B, so the fielder's choice. Alou is going to be out 1-4. Tennis will take third. And Green reaches on the fielder's choice. He will not be going anywhere. And batting will be Ken Holtzman. He's a lefty swinger, but he's a right-handed batter, using pitcher hitting card number 1 as a right-handed batter, with the runners at the corners and 2 outs. We're off Rooker's card, 5-10. That is a ground ball shortstop X. That's Maxfield, 2E24. Maxfield has to make the play. On a 2 for a shortstop, he needs anything other than a 1 or a 2, he's good. That's a 4. He just does make it. It's a G3 pound, but nobody's being held. So the pound is irrelevant. So it will be a G3. The only play is the first. He's an E24. He's got to avoid 4, 6, 15, 17, and 18. And he does. So it's a nice play by Maxfield to end the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left. 2 innings gone. It's no score from Oakland. Rooker gets out of it. Now the Pirates will send the bottom of the order. And it will be Bob Robertson to lead it off. Whoops, down here. Where am I going? Bob Robertson will lead it off. First baseman. 1-8 against the lefty. Struck him out. Robertson out on strikes. Here's Maxville. 6-5, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. Campaneris, a 2E26. As a 2 shortstop, he again just needs anything other than a 1 or a 2. And that's good enough. And his error rating at short is an E26, so he's got to avoid 12, 17, and 18. That's a 15, so he does avoid it. 2 down, and that'll bring up Jim Rooker, pitcher hitting card number 4 for Rooker. And Rooker is also a right-handed batter, although he pitches left-handed. 1-7 is a strikeout to end the inning. So 9 up and 9 down for Holtzman through the first 3 innings. And it's still no score as we go to the bottom of the third in a game that so far is moseying along pretty good. Rooker facing the top of the order, Campaneris, Rudy, and Bando. Campaneris grounded to third his first trip. 2-8 against the left-hander. He's going to fly to left field. 1 away for Tutti Frutti Rudy. He did single his first time up. 1-9. He's going to ground it back to Rooker. 2 down very quickly for Sal Bando, the captain. It's a 6-5. That's a strikeout to end the inning. So 3 up and 3 down from Rooker as well. And 3 innings are in the books, and we got nothing. Goose eggs around as we go to the 4th with no score. Hello, Bill. How are you doing? RJL, good to see you. 3 innings are in the books. We got no score. Both pitchers in control so far, although Rooker did have a little bit of a chance of giving up a run in the second, but got out of it. So Ken Holtzman, he has fatigue of 8, so he's good to go for a while. Rooker has a fatigue of 7. So Holtzman will be facing Dave Cash. Flew to right his first time up. 3-5 against the left-hander. He'll fly to left this time. And it's hauled in there by Joe Rudy. 1 away. Here's Al Oliver. 2-8 for Oliver against the lefty. He's going to ground it to first. Gene Tennis will take it to the bag himself. That'll bring up Richie Zisk. 5-8 to the right-hander. It's going to ground it to third. Another 1-2-3 inning for Mr. Holtzman. As Bando makes an easy play. We go to the bottom of the 4th. No score. Something's got to give here shortly. Rooker back out, and he will be facing Hot Dog Reggie Jackson. Playing center field in this one. Not the normal right field spot, but to get Alou in the game and his bat in the game, they had to move Jackson to center field. These are the as-played lineups that the A's used in Game 1 of the World Series in real world. So that's what I'm going with. Well, now, RJL, you get to rest your throat. That's a good thing. Rooker, 1-8. Jackson, the lefty, struck him out. So Reggie is out on strikes. Here's Gene Tennis. He did single, but was stranded at third base. 3-5, and he's going to draw a walk. He did that quite a bit in 1973. Gene Tennis drew 101 walks, so he definitely has a high on-base percentage. He only hit .259, but his on-base percentage was .387. So he's on first, but he won't go anywhere and won't be held. And here's Jesus Alou. He walked his first time up. Rooker, 1-6 to the lefty. That's a base hit for Alou. A 7 is a single, 2 stars. And again, the Oakland A's have runners at first and third with only 1 out. Nobody being held, and Ray Fosse is your batter. Pirate infield. They're going to play back for the double play. Playing back for the double play against Ray Fosse. And hoping they don't get a ground ball B. 5-6, and they get a fly ball to center field B, so it doesn't matter. It's a sacrifice fly for Ray Fosse. Gene Tennis scores, and the A's lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of the fourth on a big sacrifice fly from Ray Fosse. So a lose at first, he will not be held, and here's Dick Green. It's a 5-3. It's a fly ball right field X. Right fielder is Zisk. He's a 4-E4. So it could be trouble. 4 and a 16, though, he will get to that. No problem. 4 and a 16 is an F2. And E4, he's got to avoid 3, 4, 15, and 18. And he does. So it's a nice play for Richie Zisk to end the inning. But the A's break through. Sacrifice fly from Ray Fosse. At the end of 4, Oakland leads it 1-0. And they've turned that lead over to Ken Holtzman to see what he can do with it. Holtzman will be facing Pop Stargell to lead things off, followed by Sanguillen and Hebner. Heart of the order for the Pirates. Here at the top of the 5th. Hello, Doug. Good to see you. And hello, Philip, if I missed you earlier. 1-3 for Stargell. It's a fly to left field. Joe Rudy puts it away, 1 down. Here is Manny Sanguillen. 6-6 for a right-hander, and that breaks up the no-hitter right there. 1-8 is a single for Manny Sanguillen. So in the top of the 5th, first base runner for the Pirates, the first hit belongs to Manny Sanguillen. He will not be held at first base. And here's Richie Hebner, the gravedigger. 3-8, and that's a 1-6 home run. That's a 4. That is long, and that is gone. All of a sudden, Holtzman went from a no-hitter now to he's losing 2-1. Look at it again. 3-8. I'll bring it up a little closer maybe so you can see it. On Hebner's card against the left-hander, a 3-8, 1-6 is a home run, and that's a 4. So 2-run home run for Richie Hebner, and the Pirates jump over a shocked Ken Holtzman 2-1 right now. Holtzman has to regroup. Dick Williams telling him, come on, giving him a pep talk saying, shake it off. Here's Roberts. 1-2, and that's a 1-18 single, so it's a base hit here. All of a sudden, Holtzman becoming unglued. Here's Maxfield. Robertson not being held. Maxfield, your batter. 1-6, and that's a strikeout. Out number 2, and that's going to send up the pitcher, Jim Rooker, using pitcher hitting card number 4, and he does bat from the right-hand side against Holtzman. 2, chance of a balk or a pass ball. And we're looking at a balk chance, but Holtzman's balk rating is a 0. Oh, focus got messed up, sorry. I put something in front of, or I did something, probably putting that card up there is probably what did it. Thank you for letting me know that, Ben. Hello, Alan. Good to see you. All right, so Holtzman, I'm not sure if I did the strategy roller or the havoc roll or not, but we'll do it again. 4-9 to a right-hander. That's a single to left field for the pitcher, Jim Rooker. Robertson will hold at second base. Runners at first and second. 2 down for Dave Cash. And boy, Holtzman was perfect through 4 innings. This 5th inning is really giving him problems. Now he's got to deal with Dave Cash. 1-9, and that's another single, 2 stars. That's another run for the Pirates. They lead it 3-1. As Sanguillen already scored the home run. It is Robertson scoring, and Rooker taking third. They're going to go out. Ray Fosse is going out to the mound with the pitching coach to figure out what's going on here. It's a 3-1 game all of a sudden. 8th man to bat in the inning is Al Oliver. Cash will have to be held. Actually, no, he won't be held. He doesn't steal bases all that well, so they won't hold him on. But Holtzman has to focus on Al Oliver. Speaking of focus. 2-9. Ground ball to second. Dick Green makes the play to finally end it, but 3 runs for Pittsburgh. They do it on 5 base hits, 4 singles and a home run. They get 5 hits. No errors, and he left 2 on. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. All of a sudden, Pittsburgh leads the A's 3-1, and the Oakland crowd is in a bit of amazement. And Jim Rooker has been given a new lease on life. Ken Holtzman is going to be the leadoff batter. Boy, do you take him out right away. He was going along so well. Hate to take him out. They do have a good bullpen, but they're going one bullpen pitcher short compared to what Pittsburgh has. So I think they're going to go ahead and let Holtzman swing away. Hello, Mr. Clinton. Didn't see you sneaking in there. Rooker 3-4, and that's a ground ball back to Rooker by Holtzman for out number 1. And we'll go back to the top of the order in Campaneris. He's 0 for 2. Grounded to third and flew out to left. 4-11 right-handed. That's a ballpark blast, but it's only a 1-9. He does have weak power anyway, so you won't even get that because the 15 falls out of the range. It'll be a fly to left. And there's 2 away for Joe Rudy. 1-6 for Rudy. He's going to pop it up to first. Robertson is there. It's another 1-2-3 inning. Turned in by Rooker. So at the end of 5, it's 3-1. Favor Pittsburgh. Holtzman will try to keep the score where it is. Horacio Pena, a right-hander, is loosely in the bullpen just in case he gets into trouble. He's going to be facing Richie Zisk. 3-7 for Zisk against the lefty. He's going to fly to left. There's a clutch there, but start of the inning, so there is no clutch. 1 away, and here's Pops Stargell. He's 0 for 2. 3-5, struck him out. He's now 0 for 3. So Holtzman trying to get himself back together. Here's Sanguin. He's the one that started the whole mess. He broke up the no-hitter, and all hell broke loose after that. 6-5. It's a ground ball shortstop X. Campaneris is a 2 E26. 2-20, he'll get to it. E26, he just has to avoid finding 12, 17, and 18. Which he does. So it's a good play for Campaneris, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. So back to where he needs to be for Ken Holtzman. Keep his team in the game. Jim Rooker back out. His fatigue is a 7th inning, so he's still good for a couple innings. And he will be facing Sal Bando to lead things off. It'll be Bando, Jackson, and Tennis scheduled for Oakland. 6-10, and that's a ballpark single check, but unfortunately for Oakland, it's only a 1. So that will be a line out to short. Out number 1. And here's Hot Dog Jackson. He has a chance to do some damage. 2-7. He does. 1-4 is a double. That's a 19, so just be a single for Reggie. And he's got a chance to get a jump, but again, it's a -3 pitcher hold factor, so that'd be a -5. It'd be a 1-12 if he got the jump. And boy, down by 2 runs, I don't think they're going to send him. I think they're going to hold him on, but they're not going to send him anywhere. Here's Tennis. That's a 1. Chance of a wild pitch, 1-5. And it's no wild pitch. It's blocked by Sanguin. The pitch to Tennis, 6-4. Ground ball third base X. That's Hebner, 4E28. 4-17. This might turn 2. 4-17 on the infield chart is a G1. It's possible double play. He's an E28. He's got to avoid 11, 13, 14, and 15. He does, barely. That's a 12. But he will make the around the horn 5-4-3 double play to retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left thanks to the double play. After 6, it's Pittsburgh 3, Oakland 1. Holtzman back out. Will be facing Hebner, who hit the home run off of him, and then Robertson and Maxville. But Richie Hebner, The Gravedigger, the player of the game so far, his 2-run homer gave him the lead. Here's Holtzman. 112. That's a Lomax. Line out to second, but nobody else is on base. Simply one away for Bob Robertson. 6-6, and that's trouble. 1-6 is a double, but that's going to be a single for Robertson. He's 2 for 3. He will not go anywhere, will not be held. Here's Maxville. 3-6 for Maxwell. It's a single to left field. So all of a sudden, 2 runners are on again. Robertson, of course, slow runner, will stop at second base. And here's Rooker. He did single his last time up. This might be the last batter Holtzman faces right here because Pena is ready in the bullpen. You do have right-handers coming up. So Rooker is up. He's not bunting. He got a single last time. He's feeling it. He's going to swing away. 2-6, and he felt a ground ball to short for a double play. 6-4-3 to end the inning. So we go to the 7th inning stretch. It's been a pretty quick game so far, 30 minutes. Actually, a little bit less than 30 minutes. And we're at 7th inning stretch. Holtzman is set to bat 4th this inning, so they would pinch hit for him if it got to that. This is Rooker's fatigue inning, so definitely something to keep an eye on. This is his fatigue inning, so they do have activity in the bullpen. They do have Ramon Hernandez, another lefty, in the bullpen, loosening just in case Rooker should falter. I'm with you, Ben. I end up watching more than I end up playing. That's just the way it is. Odd as that is, it's just kind of how it works out. All right, here's Alou, 5-5, and that is a strikeout. There's a dot there, but he's not tired yet. So the strikeout stands. 1 away, and here's Fossey. Sacrifice flies last time up for the only run of the game for Oakland. 1-5, and he's going to fly to left. Stargell puts it away, 2 down for Dick Green. Now you wonder if they might pinch hit for Dick Green. No, he's 262 hitter. We'll let him swing away. 2-2, and he's going to be hit by a pitch plus an injury, so it's possible he's going to have to lead the ball game. He needs a 1-4 to stay in the game. He does, so how about that? He remains in the game after being hit by the pitch, but now the pitcher spot is up, so Ken Holtzman will leave, and we will get a pinch hitter for the Oakland A's. Look at the right-handers they have on the bench. They got Andrews, who's a 200 hitter. Canigliaro's a 200 hitter. Darren Johnson's 246. Mangual 224. So it looks like Darren Johnson, who DH'd quite a bit during the year, will be the pinch hitter. And that'll do it for Ken Holtzman. His day is done. Horacio Pena, a right-hander, is in the bullpen and will be coming on to pitch for the Oakland A's. So we'll close the book on Holtzman before we start the bottom of the 7th. Good time to do that for 7th inning stretch. Didn't realize we're in the 7th inning stretch, but how about that? No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. All right, so base hits for Holtzman. He gave up 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned in his 7 innings of pitching. He did not walk a batter, and he struck out 3, 4. It looks like 4. So 7 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts, but he is on the hook for the loss. So actually, if the A's come back and take the lead this inning, he could qualify for the win. So I'll keep that as an open thing. It's not likely, but it's still, theoretically possible. So Darren Johnson will pinch hit. And Pena will be the new pitcher for Oakland. So Darren Johnson is your pinch hitter. Does have good power against lefties in column 1. So Rooker. Green not being held at first. That's a 3-7 for Johnson. That's a walk, so he's going to keep the inning going. Now 1 more base runner and Rooker will be tired. Campaneris is up. Actually, they also have right-handed action in the bullpen. I believe Johnson is loosening the bullpen, a righty, so that's a possibility as well. Rooker against Campaneris with 2 outs. This is a clutch situation. 5-8, and that's a ground ball to third B. That's going to do it. Hebner will throw to second to force Johnson, and the inning is over. So 7 innings are in the books, and it's still 3-1 Pittsburgh. And now the new pitcher for Oakland is coming into the game, and it is Horacio Pena, 6-3, 2.76 earned run average, and 8 saves. So Horacio Pena. And he'll be facing the top of the order. Cash, Oliver, and Zisk. 2 out of 3 are right-handed hitters. Hence the right-handed pitcher. So Pena pitching to Cash, 6-11. That's a ground ball to Campaneris at short, 1 away. And that'll bring up Al Oliver. 3-10 to a right-hander. That's a ballpark blast. It's 1-9, but that's a 20. So it's just a deep fly to left for Oliver. And that's going to be out number 2 for Richie Zisk. 1-6 for Zisk. That's trouble. 1-4 is a triple. Anything else is a double. It will be a 2-out double for Zisk. And now with first base open, they will intentionally walk the lefty Stargell and pitch to Sanguillen, righty on righty. Almost a no-brainer there. You don't want Stargell to beat you or to cause you more problems. So they intentionally walk Stargell, and they will pitch. I probably will, Brian, at some point. I just don't know what's out there or whatever. I'm still waiting for inside pitch to do 2002, and that hasn't happened yet. So I don't know. We'll figure something out. All right, so Pena to Sanguillen. 110, and that's a ballpark single check, but it's only a 1, so it's going to be a line out to short to end the inning. So walking Stargell pays off. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 3-1. And boy, let's see what happens with Rooker. He's getting close to being fatigued. Now Dave Justy, a right-hander, and their closer is loosening in the bullpen. Of course, it's 1973, so a 2-inning save would be nothing to those guys. So he's loosening the bullpen. They have sat down Hernandez and Moreland. I'm sorry, Hernandez and Johnson have both sat down. And this is all up to Dave Justy right now. So Rooker's going to go until he hits fatigue or until he gets into trouble. Here's the pitch from Rooker to Rudy, 5-7, and that's a ground ball second base X. Cash is a 3-E21. 3-17 is good all day. That's a G1. And E21 at second base, he's got to avoid 4, 13, and 17. Which he does. That's a good play. 1 away. So Rooker has really come in. He didn't pitch at all in the NLCS, but they sure have saved him for the right time here. Lefties again give the Orioles a little bit of trouble. 2-12 for Bando. It's a ground ball to short. Easy play for Maxville. 2 down. And here's Reggie. Bases are clear, so a home run will not, get him the tie or anything. 2-4 left-handed. And what do you? Did I just call a home run or what? Well, not really called it, but I mentioned it. There you go. 2-4. That's, as Jeffrey Guterman would say, that's clean as a baby's ass right there. 2-4. Solid home run. You don't need a D20. Don't need crap. That is a home run from the left-hand side on a 2-4 for Reginald Martinez Jackson. 2-4 does it. And you see the dice, 2-4. So it is a 3-2 ball game, and that is all for Jim Rooker. He will leave the ball game. And Dave Justy, their closer, will be coming on to try to get a 4-out save. So Justy it is. Jackson with the home run. close the book on Rooker. He goes 7 2/3. Gives up the 2 runs, which were both earned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. He walks 1, 2, 3 and hits a batter. 3 walks and a hit batter. Struck out 1, 2, 3, 4. He can win it. He cannot lose it. So new pitcher for the Pirates is their closer, Dave Justy. On the 73 season, Justy 9-2, 2.38 ERA, and 20 saves. So they're putting their faith in Justy to get these last 4 outs. Do they double switch? Because Justy would have to bat 4th. So it's possible they could do a double switch here. Let's see who they might want to use on their bench. They might bring in one of the outfielders, maybe take Zisk out possibly. Play somebody else in right field. That's a possibility. Let's see what they've got. Yep, they're going to bring in Dave Parker. Dave Parker is going to come in and play right field and bat 9th. And this is called a double switch for those that are uninitiated. So Parker will go into the 9th position and play right field, where he is a 3-0 E17, running at a 15, and the pitcher spot will be in number 3 position, formerly held by Zisk, which is 7 positions away from having to bat. So that's the reason why you do that. So Justy will be the new pitcher. Parker is the new right fielder, and Richie Zisk is no longer in the game. So Parker will be batting 9th behind Maxville, which means he would bat 4th in the 9th inning if his spot gets there. And you also improve your defense from a 4 to a 3, although the air range is a little bit higher, but the range is better. So now Justy facing Gene Tennis after all of that moving around. That is true, Brian B. You do not see that on the other channel. That would not even be a thought in his mind. All right, here's Justy to Tennis. 6-5, that's a fly to right field. Gets him out of it. A's get a run. It's 3-2 as we go to the 9th inning here in Oakland. Horacio Pena. Let's see what they're going to do with Pena. I believe they're going to... You get an off day after game 2, so they're going to bring in Raleigh Fingers while I screw around. So Raleigh Fingers will be coming on to pitch here in the top of the 9th. He was 7-8, 1.93 ERA, and 22 saves. And he could pitch tomorrow or the next game just as well. It's only 2 games, and you get a day off for travel. So he can stay fresh all day long. Pena goes 1 inning, gives up a hit, no runs, a walk which was intentional, and no strikeouts. But now Raleigh Fingers is on. So Fingers it is. The question is, will there be a double switch for Oakland to put in a better defender? I think we're going to get a new first baseman in place of Gene Tennis, perhaps. Let's see who the best guy on. They just don't have a whole lot on the bench, though. That's the problem. They really, you know what? We're not going to double switch because they just don't have anybody on the bench. It's worth a crap. And really, nobody can play first base that's any better than what's already out there. So I think we're going to just keep it as is, status quo, because there's really nobody on the bench worth anything. So top of the 9th we go. The thought was there, but the data says otherwise. So Richie Hebner will lead things off. He can have the 86 Mets. I'm not sure who I would take from my side. I'd have to think about it. Maybe well, actually, the 2019 Nationals were okay, but they were not dominant. I'd have to think about that one. I'd have to give that one some thought. as to what team I would want to use. May not be a team I like. It might just be a team that I think is good. All right, here that's the other thing we got to make sure. See, Robert doesn't have very many Strat seasons, so I could take the '98 Yankees in Strat, but Robert doesn't have Strat, so couldn't do it that way. So, all right, here's fingers to Richie Hebner. 110 for Hebner against the right-hander. He's going to fly to left field. Hauled in by Rudy. 1 down. Here's Robertson. 5-10, and that's a strikeout. 2 down for Maxwell. Parker is on deck in case Maxwell reaches. 5-7. Strikeout, he does not reach. So it's a 1-2-3 inning. And we go to the bottom of the ninth. Last chance for the A's. And they'll have to do it against Dave Justy. Now, Alou is the batter. He's a .306 hitter, so you're not gonna pinch hit for Alou. Even though he's right-handed, you're not going to do that. So Justy will be facing Alou. So that's there. Okay. Bottom of the ninth we go. It'll be Alou, Fossey, and maybe a pinch hitter for Dick Green. We shall see. Justy, 5-7, and that's a strikeout. Strikeout for Justy gets Alou, 1 away for Ray Fossey. .256 hitter. He's better than what's on the bench. 1-9. That's a ground ball to short. Maxwell is there. 2 down. Final chance. Dick Green, .262. That's still better than anybody on the bench. Plus, you need a bench player to hit for fingers if it got to that. So they're going to stick with Dick Green. He did reach base on a hit by pitch last time up. 3-5. He's going to single. That keeps the game going. A single for Dick Green. Now, we might see a pinch runner for Dick Green. That's a very high possibility. And it's going to be the Panamanian maniac, Alan Lewis, is going to pinch run for Dick Green. So what I got to do for that is I don't have he was not carded. So I've got to go to the Strat computer to get the ratings for the Panamanian Express. So let me do that real quickly so I can get his ratings. I should have had them written down, but let's see here. Oakland. Lewis. Where are you? There you are. Alan Lewis. All right. He runs at a 17. Stolen base, he gets to jump on it. He gets to jump automatically. It's a 2 through 12, so he gets to jump automatically. And it's a 15, but then it would be down to a, let's see, -1. Well, actually, -1 it'd be a 0 because it's a 0 factor with those two. So it'd be a 1 to 13 if he gets the lead, which he would get automatically, be a 1 to 13. So they're not going to send him, I don't think, because you don't want to end the game on a caught stealing. So they will go to the bench for a pinch hitter. And the pinch hitter will be Ted Kubiak, the highest average player left on the bench, and he hit .220. He's a switch hitter. Ted Kubiak will pinch hit. Lewis is at first running. Kubiak will be the pinch hitter. Lewis will have to be held. So that might free up an opening on a ground ball to the left side, because with Kubiak batting the shortstop, Maxwell will have to hold him. So a ground ball to here would be a 3 instead of a 2 on an X chance. So, it's the little things like that that you can be the difference in the game, in a close game anyway. So Lewis finishing his stretching. He will be running. And Justy will be pitching to Kubiak. Kubiak trying to keep it alive for Campaneris. Here's Justy. 4-9 against a switch hitter batting right-handed. That's a walk. And the inning continues. Whoops, down here. Inning continues. And let me fix Campaneris. Don't want to mess him up. All right, so first and second now. Now, Dick Green, does he need a pinch runner? Dick Green. Where is Dick Green? He runs at a 10, not very well, so let's see who they've got on the bench that can run. Vic Davalillo will come in and pinch run for Dick Green. So Davalillo is going to pinch run for Green. And they would bring in Mike Andrews to play second base if it got to. Actually, they can use Kubiak to play second base. But Davalillo is going to be your runner. No threat to steal, but he does run at a 15. So with 2 outs, that would be a 17. So that certainly could be a factor. So Kubiak gets the walk. And Bert Campaneris trying to get it done against Dave Justy. Runners at first and second. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth of a 3-2 ball game. They are holding Davalillo at second to try to cut down that lead. Justy, 6-5. That's a fly to right field, and there's your ball game. Dave Justy holds on, and they defeat the Oakland A's by the score of 3-2 in Game 1 of the 72 World Series. They steal the first game here in Oakland, and now they take the home field advantage back to Pittsburgh. For the A's in the ninth, no runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left. And we'll get the numbers on Justy. Justy gets the save. Rooker gets the win, and Holtzman takes the loss. Let's see, for Justy, he went 2 innings, gave up 1 run, which was the home run. No, I'm sorry, Rooker gave up the 2 runs. Justy didn't give up anything. Justy went an inning and a third, not 2 innings. Inning and a third. Gave up 1 hit and a walk, no runs, and 1 strikeout and got the save. So for the A's, they get 2 runs and 6 hits. I don't believe there's an error. There was not an error in the game for either side. Pittsburgh ends up with 8 hits. Left on base, 1, 3, 4, 6, 8 for Oakland. For Pittsburgh, 2, 3, 5. Left on 5. So there is your final line score. The little 0 there. A little messed up on me there, but that's the final line score here in Game 1. Pittsburgh steals 1 against the A's. They steal 1. 3-2, 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 5 left for Pittsburgh. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and 8 left for Oakland. Winning pitcher Jim Rooker. Losing pitcher Ken Holtzman. Dave Justy the save. And don't forget, the Game 2 will be on Saturday, but will not be at 11 o'clock a.m. as usual because I have something to do Saturday morning. It will be Saturday night at 8 o'clock Eastern. It'll be Game 2 from Oakland. And let me double check. I believe Catfish Hunter is the second game starter, but I will confirm it. Starting Game 2 for the Pirates will be Nelson Briles. I'm just not sure if it's Hunter or Blue that starts Game 2. It's whatever they did in the real World Series, so that's what I would be going by. Tabby is doing good. Yes, she's just... hello, Dan. How you doing? She's just... You're right. You're right, Bill. I was getting a few... I did put him in there. So Lewis was in there instead of... So Davalillo never actually entered the game. That was a mistake. It was actually Lewis. You are correct. It didn't affect anything, but yes, you were correct. So I do apologize for that little mix-up. Let me see here. Let me get to where I was trying to get to. Unless somebody can find it quicker than me. Let's see who started Game 2 of the World Series for Oakland. I'm thinking it was Catfish, but I could be wrong. Game 2 actually was Vita Blue, so it will be Vita Blue against Nelson Briles. That'll be the Game 2 matchup. Game 3 in Pittsburgh will be Doc Ellis against Catfish Hunter. So that's the next 2 starting assignments, and then Game 4 we'll be right back to Holtzman and Rooker for Game 4. So I do appreciate everybody tuning in for this Game 1 of the 1973 World Series. Pittsburgh wins it. Player of the game, I'm giving it to the gravedigger, Richie Hebner. He hit the 2-run homer that gave them the lead. I know Rooker pitched well. Pitched up until the 2 outs in the 8th with only 2 runs allowed, but I just think Hebner, that 2-run homer is what really, that gave them the lead. They never relinquished it. They did get another run on top of it that was the difference, but I think Richie Hebner was the guy that got it done for him. So I'm giving the player of the game to Richie Hebner, the gravedigger. So Game 2 will be Saturday evening at 8 o'clock Eastern, Vita Blue against Nelson Briles. That'll be the matchup from Oakland, where Oakland will almost be in a must-win situation. You don't want to lose the first 2 at home and then have to come back. That's something that the New York Mets did against the Red Sox. Lost the first 2 at home and had to come back. But it's not a position you really want to put yourself into. So, yeah, you do need to break RJL. And if you wanted to try to do a simulcast game at some point on Inside Pitch in the interim between now and January when your new season starts, we can maybe work something out. It has to be a season that I have an Inside Pitch. So, you could use your 86 Mets. I've got the 86 team, but I really don't want to do the Red Sox because I don't trust them. So maybe, well, I guess if you wanted to, I could still outmanage you and probably win, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, version 3 rules because I ain't messing with version 4. I don't know version 4. I don't want to know version 4. So it'd have to be old school version 3 rules for sure. So maybe the 86 Mets against the 84 Tigers. That could be an interesting matchup because I do have the 84 season in Inside Pitch. It could do the 84 Tigers. Or if I really want to be nostalgic, I could do the We Are Family Pirates of 1979. Could do that as well. And that way, no stinking DH to worry about. Brian B., I would use the 76 Reds, but their Reds seem to underperform. And, of course, Cesar Geronimo was, not rated correctly. So maybe the Pirates against the Mets would be interesting. National League against National League. Or, like I said, it could be the 84 Tigers. Although the 84 Tigers, really, in all honesty, they weren't. I mean, they were 35-5, but then after that, they were pretty mediocre. They were kind of 500 ball club after that. So, I mean, they had a great team, but they just had that great start, and there's a lot of teams that could be choosing. Maybe we put up to a vote, RJL. I don't know. Maybe they'll put up to a vote and see. I'll give you the seasons I have, and you can pick a team from those seasons. Maybe that's something to do. Put it up to a vote, and I'll go for the whims of whatever the community wants. Maybe I'll take the, let's see, who is it? Trying to think of the bad teams. Maybe I'll take the Seattle Pilots and beat him. I don't know, but we'll figure something out. We'll try to work it out somehow, some way. We got plenty of time between now and January the 5th or whatever date of his opening day is, so there's plenty of time to mull over that in the future. But as I said, RJL, I did bring out I got this from work several years ago. It's just been sitting on my desk in the living room, and there it is, something called a Scrivener or Scrivener or something. I don't know what it is, some kind of fancy pen, because my other pen about died, so that's what I'm using now. So that's going to cookie cutter versus outside the box. There you go. All right, so that's going to do it from here. Oakland disappointed, obviously, losing 3-2. Pirates are ecstatic. Nelson Briles against Vita Blue Saturday night. That'll be next game. And again, thank you all for. I think I messed up the focus again. thank you all for, well, it's about done anyway. Thank you all for tuning in, and be sure to tune in to RJL's wrap-up show tomorrow night. Find out who wins the voting. And then on Saturday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, it'll be game 2. Nelson Bryles and Vida Blue. So let's go from here. Till next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.